Hi, this is Peter Godinez, your ambassador with KADY TV, with another session of Good Morning Oxnard, Port Hueneme. And we have the good pleasure of having Erin Antrim here, who is the CEO, the leader of the Boys and Girls Club of Oxnard, Port Hueneme. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a veteran now. This is your second time.
Thank you. Yes.
You always make
but I'm a professional now.
I know, I'm professional like we are, as you've seen so far. But you know, some exciting things happened, not last night, but the night before, that really affected the future, or even the present of the Boys and Girls Club.
Absolutely.
And that took place at the City Council in Port Hueneme. So you want to give us a little, what took place?
Sure. We've been running programs and running a Boys and Girls Clubs in the city of Port Hueneme for 50 years, 40 years at the Athletic Center. The decision was going to be made on Monday night whether or not the Boys and Girls Club would reoccupy the Athletic Center or the YMCA would take over the Athletic Center. And actually staff was recommending the YMCA take over the Athletic Center. The community was not going to let that happen. The community really rallied around the Boys and Girls Club, and Peter, I think that's because we've made such an impact in that community for so long. Many decades of service to kids and families in that community, and our mission is to serve those kids who need us the most. And that is really what we do. We serve all kids, but a good majority of our kids are kids who come from single parent households, or kids that come from households where money needs to go to groceries and not childcare. Childcare is really expensive.
It really is.
And we provide quality programs in 5 core areas, and the community came out that night, and we had a packed house, standing room only, and it was alumni of the Boys and Girls Club, or the Boys Club at that time. Alumni, we had parents, we had community members, we had elected officials, we had a lot of our board members, we had a lot of our staff, and we had a lot of kids, ranging in age from 12 to 18.
Amazing. That
got up there to that podium, which is an intimidating process, you know, to fill out the speaker card and put that in. It's intimidating for them to get up in front of a group of adults and elected officials, and they talked about what the Boys and Girls Club meant to them and the impact that we've had in their life, and that they don't know where they would go if there wasn't a Boys and Girls Club. And the word and the terms home away from home were used a lot, and that's really what it is. It's a home for kids in Port Hueneme, and has been for 40 years, and the City Council made the right choice that night. We didn't really know where it was going to go. We're very, very, very happy and really feel that the City Council made the right decision in allowing the Boys and Girls Club to remain there. What we didn't see coming is the City of Port Hueneme is going to sell that building to us for $1, which is really great. That's a permanent home for us. When you're on a lease type of situation, it's every 3 years, every 5 years, and you never know. You never know with changes of leadership and changes that could potentially be taken away. Now we know we have a permanent home. We have some work cut out for us, though. As an organization, we really need the community to support us, and we're going to develop a strategy on what we need to do to that building to ensure that we maintain it properly and to ensure that operations continue in there. And we're really going to need the community support to be able to do that.
Well, that's the other night's meeting was represented that the community would be.
Yes,
Again,
yes.
I know that was standing room only, but that was just a random sample of the people in the community, and so that was a really good thing. And I appreciate you sharing the history, because even Bob Allen yesterday was wearing a T-shirt, which I don't know what year it was.
His Federated Boys and Girls
I haven't
Boys
Club,
up here. Right?
Yeah, but that's a good point. I was going to say, when's it going to be the Girls and Boys Club? Is that going to be too political? But let's let you say that for a different series.
Well, no, it's Boys and Girls Club. It has been since I think 1992, but officially 1992. It happened. Girls have been allowed in there probably when Bob was going.
I know. I'm pushing it up, knowing that we have some equation balancing to do. Yeah. But you said lots of generations. That's amazing. There are people probably in my age, guys that were there, and I got the impression that a lot of things that the Boys and Girls Club is not a place where they just watch babysitting. This is a developmental item that basically your future is on hand.
Yeah, and that's what we do. Our business is youth development, and we do that through 5 core areas: education and career, and the arts, and of course sports, fitness and recreation, technology, education and career, and character and leadership development. But more than that, we mentor kids and we provide a caring adult in the lives of children who may or may not have that. We don't say, oh well, since you come from a single parent home, you get mentorship, and since you come from a good stable family, you don't. No, all kids get the mentorship.
Exactly.
All kids get the sense of belonging. All kids get everything that we have to offer, and we are just thrilled that we have a permanent home in Port Hueneme, and we're going to continue to provide the same level of services that we have been for years, and even better. We're going to listen to the community on what they want. You know, times are changing. Our programs have changed over the years. The mentorship's always been there. The guidance has always been there. But we're looking to potentially develop a STEM center inside of the Port Hueneme Boys and Girls Club, which will only benefit kids moving forward. We've just got a lot of great plans, and we're going to listen to the community on what their needs are as well. So we're so excited, and we're just thrilled that we get to move forward. We do have, you know, quite a bit of work ahead of us, and we know that the community will support us in that work, but we are just thrilled to have that.
Well, you used two words that I think are just so important in our English. You said word thrilled and excited, and you know, those are the words that are like trigger points. And although I wasn't there, I've heard enough conversation that there was a lot of collaboration. You know, some people aged 12 to 16 getting up and, you know, responding. And then Councilman Breeze all of a sudden makes this sharp turn and describe that moment. What does he actually say? And tell me, like, just your feeling or the reaction of the crowd. And I know he's thrilled, but tell me what that was about.
There was a few motions on the table about, you know, what was going to happen with the Boys and Girls Club, and Councilman Breeze made the motion that, hey, let's sell the building to the Boys and Girls Club and let's give them a home forever. And the audience went really quiet.
A lot of moms,
right.
One of those things.
Really, really quiet. And then, you know, I was kind of, I was sitting up front at the time, and I was looking at all the councilmen and members' face, looking at, you know, what is their reaction going to be? And I saw some varied reactions, and then I heard a second, and then they voted, and it passed 4-1. And I think that just shows that that this community knows what's right for their kids. You know, that need it the most.
I was thinking that possibly afterwards, you probably, who you're sitting next to, did he just say?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of reaction?
What?
Did
Because it was a long night. At that point, I think we were probably about 3.5 hours into the meeting.
Man,
I think some people were like, wait, am I sleep deprived? It's 10:30 at night. Did I really just hear that? But no, they did the right thing for the kids in that community.
You know, that to me is the emotions, the crowd, and the diversity.
Right.
And just the fact, man, I just added a comment on it. This was like a classroom, a real classroom for those 12 to 16-year-old, 18-year-olds to actually see local government.
Right. And to see that just because something's being recommended doesn't mean that the decision has been made. And that was big for those kids. One of the council members said, this is a civics lesson. And it really was a civics lesson for them, because just because something seemingly seems decided or a recommendation has been made, the community has a voice, and those kids in the community have a voice, and I think that was very powerful for them.
Well, your historic event to me, and again, U.S. history, world history, it's really important, you know. It really is. But the fact is that you can actually name who the mayor is, name the city council people.
And what they do.
And what they do, the significance. You know that I can go and make a difference.
Right.
And I don't know if you talked to any of the youth there and asked them how they felt, but they had to be kind of shaking in excitement a bit. I don't know.
They were. And, you know, the 3-minute mark, you know, for the buzzer would go off at 30 seconds.
Yeah.
When they had 30 seconds left, and you could kind of see them looking around like, is my time up? Am I, you know? And they were asked, you know, some of the council members asked them questions, and I just think it was a great experience on how local government works and how the people in the community have a voice.
You know, I really think I'll talk to Bob Allen, our executive producer, but to get some of the youths in here and you know, get their opinion, and you know, and we don't have to ask for their age group, you know, and but you know, you said it twice, so I know I want to build on it. You said there's a lot of work ahead of us, okay, and but obviously you're going to get help, but what do you think, besides just saying we need the community support, what are some practical, specific things do you think you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, and it's only been a day, so we're still kind of digesting a lot of this information and processing this information. So we don't exactly know where we're going to have to go yet, but a possibility is that we'll enter into a capital campaign. And when you enter into a capital campaign, you really rely on the businesses and the individuals in the community to help support you. And so we're not sure that that's the direction that we're going, but it's definitely an option.
Well, I asked this, sorry if I put you on the spot, but that means I'm going to have you back.
Absolutely.
And so when you get that list, I can get on the camera and you look camera and say, item number 1.
Right.
Okay, we'll do that portion of it.
Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you so much for your leadership and just your passion.
Thank you.
And again, we look forward to having you back.
We look forward to being back and being in the community of Port Hueneme for the next 50 years.
We'll be there, or be square. This is Peter Godinez with a session of Good Morning Oxnard, Port Hueneme. Thank you.